Good morning, everybody. Good morning from Australia, Brisbane, Australia. You're here with me at the day 3 of the 2025 WPA Heyball Champion of Champions. On the TV table this morning, Jack Whelan and Mo Keenho. We're in for it. Both these players have had some pretty difficult matches leading to this final 16. And now, in the top end of the match, everything to play for. It's still a race to 7 all the way in the men's category and a race to 6 in the women's category. 100-minute time limit on both categories. Yeah, a bit of a rocky start here in the first frame of this match, and yeah, top 16. I mean, it's a whole other level of pressure that comes in there for these players. Remember, the men's category started off with 64 of the world's finest, and now we're down to the last 16, and remember, it's a 400,000 US dollar prize pot. Besides this bragging rights and the ranking points and all of that, it's the prize pot as well, and they're playing for some pretty impressive prize fund here in both the men's and women's division. Jack Whelan on the table now, proudly representing Great Britain, and he's been playing Heyball exclusively for about a year now. Yeah, quite a tentative start here in Brisbane, Australia. It's just gone past 9 o'clock in Brisbane, and as we see, Mo Kinhunu and Jack Whelan fight very hard for this first frame. Quite a tactical battle of note here between these two players. Mo Kinhun managing to usher that blue into the pocket, and you saw the look on his face just now, disappointed not to get it in because, yeah, I think he knows the finish was on from there. And with that, the game also open now for Jack Whelan, but still looks more favorable on blue, with the pink being where it is on the right-hand side of the table. Good morning. Good morning, Bex Kenner, and good morning, Peter. Really nice to see you guys on the stream, and I know you've been following all week. We're on day 3 now, and if you're joining us on WPAlive.tv or on Facebook or on YouTube, remember to hit that share button so people can know that these matches are underway. Coming up at 12:30, we've also got a cracker of a match in the women's division. Video play from India, who is the current Commonwealth Billiards Heyball champion, will be playing April Larson with her impressive record, especially in the American pool side. They'll be playing in the women's quarterfinal coming up at 12:30 today. As we progress, I'll be bringing you highlights as well of what's happening in the other quarterfinal matches currently underway. Yeah, starting to look more and more that the first one on the scoreboard will be Mokin, who he's had really convincing victories all the way to this point. Yeah, elementary finish for him from this point. Yeah, a little bit of awkward bridging there with the spider rest over the pink, but yeah, nothing too heavy considering he doesn't need to do anything too fancy to get to the 8 ball. Just ask the ref to clean the cue ball for him as he composes himself. 4 to secure his first point. And with that, he's on the scoreboard. So game on here, Mokin Hoon and Jack Whelan. Wherever you're joining us from the world, from around the world, let me know on the streams which country you're joining us from. It's always nice to see where the support is coming from for these players and also where the interest in Heyball is coming from. Once again, you see the Joy Q8 table, premium Joy 8Q table with its signature gold trimmings and gold legs, steel block cushions, and the Liber Win 8848 premium cloth. And of course, those Unity balls, the official ball set for Heyball Pool, designed for WPA by Dynasphere. So premium equipment for the players at the championship. And if you want to get your hands on this premium equipment, especially if you're based in and around Australia, be sure to hit up Doris Cheng. You can message her on Facebook. That's Doris Cheng, Cheng, and she can advise you on how to acquire a table in Australia. These tables at the tournament will be for sale afterwards. So the last 16 men standing are currently playing now. We've also got on table 2, Lucian and Noel Rodriguez from Brazil. Also Aaron Van Copanoli and João Grillo. João Grillo leads 1-0 there. Lucian and Rodriguez Noel tied at 1-1 as well. Then we've got Yuma Dorma and Kwang Keng Chan also tied at 1-1. Stephen Ellis up 2-0 on Kale Barre. Arfan Dad and Clint Jensen also on it on table 9, and they have not loaded a point yet on the scoreboard. South Africa's Jason Thuron 1-0 up on Garzio Pier Francisco. And of course, here on the TV table, Mo Kinhu leads 1-0 on Jack Whelan. Let's have a look-see at Mo Kinhu's progression in this tournament. Yeah, in the first round, he got Insting Cheng, who he beat 7-2. And then yesterday, we saw him 7-2 victorious over Mikhail Ugart. So, yeah, convincing wins once again from Mo Kinhoon, and he's kind of cemented himself as one of the top contenders in this tournament. In fact, the same can be said for all 16 quarterfinalists. None of them had easy matches coming up to this point. And yeah, it's still anyone's title right now. And of course, there is historically those players that have already managed multiple podium finishes in this WPA ranking tournaments. And I think more than not, Liu Shen from China, hot contender, Clint Ianson, the defending champion at this tournament, having won the 2024 installation. And then, of course, one would have seen the form that Stephen Ellis is, as on day one, we had him on the TV table. And that was a decent shot there from Jack Whelan to develop the pinks. At every tournament we see Jack Whelan in over the last season, or last year and the previous season, he's looking more and more comfortable. And I mean, the same can be said for his, let's say, work colleagues from the UK. And I'm talking about Stephen Ellis and Clint Ianson and the like. These players have all taken really, really well to Heyball. A lot of them prioritizing their development of in Heyball coming from the English game largely. Yeah. Taking on the cushion ball first. Jack Whelan, or the pink closest to the cushion. Can't really see from this angle whether the 8 is through, but looks like he's trying to get position on the 8 for the center pocket. Ah, no, it is through. The 8 is through. 8 is through. He was actually checking out the line for the 8 to this corner pocket, and there we go. Jack Whelan on the scoreboard. This is a race to 7, 100-minute time limit. Let's take a look, see at what's happening on the other side. So Jack Whelan himself, he had on day one Daniel Henger from Australia, who he beat 7-1. And then yesterday, Mikey Kraus from Switzerland fell 7-4 to Jack Whelan. So Jack Whelan also with convincing wins up until this point. And of course, the score lines can never be, just used to evaluate whether a match was tough or not between the two players, because we know the scoreline really describes how much of a fight there was on the table. But as we know, all of the players at this tournament, all 64 men champions in their own right, wherever they're coming from in the country, are mostly Heyball champions, a lot of snooker champions, a lot of English pool champions as well. So yeah, these are players that have been around for quite a while, developed their game, their big match temperament over decades. In some cases, we do have some really young players as well in the tournament, as we would have seen players in their 20s, players who are still teenagers, like, for example, Max Benko, was also fielded at this tournament. So you're tuned into the 2025 Heyball Champion of Champions. And if you want updates on the other Q sports currently underway, we've got the big major super tour happening in China currently, as well as 9-ball and 10-ball activity coming in from other parts of the world. You're welcome to check out the links on WPAlive.tv, where you can find more information about the players you're interested in, and of course the tournament itself. There is historical streams available on WPAlive.tv, as well as TV table streaming from multiple tables at those events. Something tells me we're going to have more than likely a head-to-head battle here between these two. If the first frame was anything to go by, Mo Kin Hoon, he's makes such light work of the pinks here at the table, and you can see how resolute he is as he goes about his business on the table. Mo Kin Hoon from Malaysia, now 2-1 up in this race to 7. Speaking about Malaysia, you would also find, if you've been following Heyball for the last 6-7 years, especially the Grandmasters finals, and increasingly more so on the super tours and station events, the Malaysians are coming in hot. They're coming in hot. And we see them get stronger and stronger every year. Mo Kin Hoon also, one of those contenders that usually features. So I'm sure you're not hearing his name for the first time. And yeah, we're seeing a lot of excellent players coming in from Malaysia as well as Mongolia in these tournaments. We've got some cracker matches coming up in the ladies division. So that'll be coming up at 12:30 Australian time. Really great matches there. And on the TV table, we'll have April Lawson from the USA up against Vidya Pillai from India, who is the current Commonwealth Heyball champion. Not a great cue ball there from Mo Kin Hoon off that break. And pink's in play for him. Let's have a look, see what's happening on the other side with the other matches currently being played in the last 16 of the men's. Noel Rodriguez from Brazil now 2-1 up on China's Liu Xin. Aaron van Copenola is now 2-1 up on João Grillo. I believe João Grillo is representing Portugal. Then we've got Huang Keng Chan, 2-2, tied with Yuma Dorma. And Stephen Ellis with a comfortable 4-0 lead on Cale Barret. Arfan Dad tied 1-1 with Clint Jensen. And South Africa's Jason Theron 3-0 up on Garcia Pierfrancisco. And of course here on the TV table, Mo Kin Hoo 2-1 up on Jack Whelan in this race to 7. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to see the historical records of this tournament, and I'm specifically referring to the bracket, I have shared the digital pool links. That's the platform on which the bracket is held for this tournament. That's Digital Pool. So you can check their website directly, or I've shared the direct links on my Facebook page. I'm Lenyuktha Chetty, and I've been keeping you company over the tournament. My name is spelled Lenyuktha. So on my Facebook page, I shared the links early yesterday. You can have a look at that if you want to see where the players are standing currently in the tournament. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Ref over to clean the white ball. Mo Kin Hoon coming in hot here in Australia. He means business. And he does it. 3-1 for Mo Kin Hoon in this race to 7. Mo Hoon's got a very strong history in snooker, and I'm sure that comes as no surprise to the viewers, as we know that the snooker players take so well to the game of Heyball. And I mean, he's known for his podium finishes as well, representing Malaysia in the Southeast Asian Games. So Mo Hoon, once again, top contender, has had a very convincing run in this tournament thus far. So once again, the tournament rule here is on the break is the players only need to achieve 4 balls touching a cush after impact. So not the conventional rule set that we would have remembered from last year. Not a 4 point, just 4 balls needs to touch the cushion, and it's alternating break in this tournament all the way. I'd say the pressure is on Jack Whelan now to close the gap between him and Mo Kin Hoon. I mean, race to 7 is brutal, guys. It's brutal. It's over so quickly. I mean, one would remember yesterday Jason Theron's match. That match was done in under 40 minutes. That's how brutal it can be if a player, especially if one player is dominating. But it does look like things are taking shape for Jack Whelan here on blues. The blue up table does pass to the corner pocket with the pink sitting just outside there. The pocket is a little bit bigger for him, so I'm sure he's not too worried about that. We've got the blue close to the cushion on the right side of the table as well. Oh, Jack Whelan's got to hurry up. Only 45 seconds per shot, 1 extension allowed per frame for the players. Doesn't take his extension yet. Interesting. I wonder if Jack is planning to play the 8 ball up table to the top left corner pocket, or will he try to develop that 8 now? Look, yeah, he struck the blue ball coming back up off that shot. So the blue is still open for him. He might actually just need to. So difficult to see from this angle what he's looking at here. So you see him go low on the cue ball's gonna. Oh, there we go. It was through. Okay. So the 8 to the top right corner pocket. That's the play here. Just got to make this blue. Here's the money shot for Jack Whelan. It looks good. Ooh. Got the pink on its way, but yeah, it looks from here like the 8 is only through to the top right corner pocket. Once again, pocket a little bit bigger with that pink ball right outside it. Jack Whelan on the 8 for his second point here. Is he got it? Has he got it? Has he got it? Enough legs. Beautiful, beautiful, nice pocket pace there. Clean pot into that corner pocket, securing his second point. Jack Whelan, yeah, one of those players. Hey, one of those players. He's also really nice to watch. And as we've said, he's been going from strength to strength here on the Heyball circuits over the last season. Jack Whelan now exclusively playing Heyball. So professional Heyball player Jack Whelan, better known for his exploits in English pool. Looked like something was flying towards the middle pocket. Yeah, it was. The balls were tracking there, but no cigar. And that's a dry break for Jack Whelan. Mo Kin Hoon to decide color now. Straight away, he's going for pink. Or is it? Yeah, it's pink. That was a fire finish. I've got to agree from Jack Whelan there in the last frame. I mean, really, really lovely to see the development of these players over the last season in particular. And I think that's testament to the exposure that they've had to high quality tournaments, high caliber players, and the players outside of China really coming in hot now these days. And I think we're going to see a lot more international players make their way to the business end of the Grandmasters finals come March 2026. As we know, that's the big one in the calendar that everybody looks forward to. And there's two ways to get into that tournament. You can attend the station events in China and the super tours, and you can get ranking points there. Or you wait until the announcements are made for that championship, and you apply for a spot and you play the international qualifier and hope to qualify into the Grandmasters finals itself. So yeah, that's also something to look forward for. And as far as the WPA events are concerned, you just need to be affiliated to the federation aligned to WPA in your country, and you can inquire on how you can attend any of the Continental Opens that will be coming up. And I believe there's one in Mexico, there's one in Thailand as well coming up shortly, and one in Egypt. Interesting to see what he's going to do here for the 8-ball. Looks to me that he could possibly play a cross double here to the center pocket, or the double to the corner pocket on the right side of the table. But I think he's going center. Is he going center? So difficult to see from this angle. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And Mo Kin Woon, look at that. Oh, that was a good pot. Good pot there from him on the black. And with that, he's 4-2 up in this race to 7. So let's have a look, see quickly at what's happening on the men's side once again in the other 16 matches. Sorry, the last 16 matches also currently underway. Noel Rodriguez now 3-2 up on Lucian. Yes, I do also hope we get to see Noel Rodriguez on the TV table later today. I'm going to see what I can do about that because this guy from Brazil, he's had quite an impressive route up here, and I've heard he's in superb form. I mean, he's holding his own there against former champion Lucian. Lucian accumulating a lot of titles in the last year, but Noel Rodriguez from Brazil now 3-2 up on Lucian, and we've got Aaron Van Capanoli now 3-2 up on João Grillo. We've got Kwang Keng Chan 3-2 up on Yuma Dorma. Stephen Ellis still comfortable lead 4-1 up on Australia's Cale Barret. Arfan Dad and Clint Ianson tied 2-2. Jason Thuran from South Africa 3-1 up on Garcia Pierre Francisco. And back to the TV table. You know the saying, guys, there are 9 million bicycles in Beijing. You know that? You know that saying? You know that song? Well, there's about 13 million pool players in China. So, when Q Sport is huge, it is huge in China. And if ever you manage to get yourself to the station events or to the Grandmasters finals, and let me tell you, attending the Grandmasters finals, it is such a treat. China is amazing. It's next level. It's like going to the future. So if you manage to go there, you'll see that there's about 3 or 4 pool clubs in on almost every street. They're so serious about their Q Sport, and it shows. I mean, it shows they are amongst the finest players in the world, and I mean, not just in Heyball, snooker as well. The Chinese are hot contenders. So yes, I mean, it's almost like comparing oranges and apples here when it comes to Heyball. But what I can tell you, having been an avid follower of this game over the last 6-7 years, the international players are getting stronger and stronger every we see. And look at that, Jack Whelan takes his third point. Beautiful indeed. Beautiful indeed. Jack Whelan here. And I did say earlier, I do expect a head-to-head battle between these two, both in decent form. You can see we've done away with the magic rack and they're using the, I think it's an aluminium rack now. And that's why the break rule has been adopted. Why is the black ball there? Why is the black ball there? Oh, the ref. Yeah, he just Oh well, only human. Is a beautiful QA table from Joy. Once again, you can contact Doris Cheng on Facebook if you're interested in acquiring any of these tables at the tournament, especially if you're based in Australia. But also, wherever you are in the world, you can still contact her, Doris Cheng, and she'll be able to advise you on who the supplier is in your country or how you can acquire a table directly from Joy Billiards. Jack Whelan making a pink in the center pocket there. Hmm. Pinks look better, but from where the cue ball is, he might be forced to go blue. And blue in play for Jack Whelan. I think ideally he would have wanted to not leave anything too obvious available to Mo Kin Hoo. And as we approach the business end of this match, it's going to really boil down to who makes the least mistakes, whether the play is tackle, potting. I think once we have an aerial view of the table, we'll be able to see what's the story there up table with that pink and blue close to the cushion. Right now, it's just the pink outside the center pocket that I'd love a close up on to see. Safe. Jack Whelan taking that corner pocket. Looked dangerous for a second there with the white tracking to the center pocket. Mo Kin Hoon with a combination. Look at that. Yeah, I don't know. I doubt that that was intentional. I don't think he was going for the double drop there. And, it's not often that you see a double drop happen at that pace. However, it is what it is. And Mo Kin Hoon now with some cueing required here from him. Yeah, cue ball was really, really close to the cushion. Really close to the cushion there. And definitely not what he had intended. But unluckily for him, both balls fell on the previous shot. Jack Whelan with a really good opportunity here to equalize now. Jack Whelan really approaching this game with so much finesse. It's lovely to watch. Like pool poetry. Hey guys. Little bit of I don't know if he has to cue over the pink here, but he is more or less straight on the blue, and I don't think anything exceptional required in terms of cue ball control here. Wondering where the 8 ball is. It's just so Jack Whelan going for the pot to the corner. As he reaches for his extension. And just like that, Jack Whelan equalizes in this race to 7, score tied 4-4. The match has been underway for just over 45 minutes so far, and I believe the players will be taking an intermission now, 5 minutes. So you can have a look at the digital pool links if you want to see the updates on the current matches underway. I'm Lenyuk Thacheti. We'll be back in just a little bit. And we're back after that break here in Brisbane, Australia. Mo Keen Hoon and Jack Whelan on the TV table, and they've tied for some really good cueing from both these players. In this far, we saw Mo Keen Hoon at some point having a 2-point lead, but Jack Whelan doing really well to equalize. And yeah, definitely game on here for these players. And as predicted, head to head for most of the way in this match. Mo Keen Hoon still in control of the table, having made that pink on the break earlier, and both players have been breaking in this match. So, I mean, as predicted, we know in day one of the tournament, I think table was still cold. Was some struggling with the breaks. I think we had Liu Shen on the table first on the TV table, and I recall that both players in that match were struggling to break in. But as we've proceeded, and we're on day 3 now, day 3 of 4 days in this tournament, we've seen better breaks here. And welcome to the stream, wherever you're joining us from across the globe. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're joining us from. And remember to hit that share button, whether you're joining us on WPALive.tv or Facebook or YouTube. Let's share the love. Let the world know that this tournament is underway. It's day 3. Tomorrow, semifinals and finals in the men's and women's division. And coming up later, and that's 12:30 Australian time, 4:30 Central African time, Vidya Pillai from India up against America's April Lawson, last 16 of the women's division. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that pace control from Mo Keen Hoon. A player from Malaysia, better known for his exploits on the snooker scene, but definitely making him a name for himself in Heyball over the last couple of years. Oof, 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 oof. How unfortunate. Such great positional play from him, only to not hit that black well enough. And here comes Jack Whelan with an opportunity to take the lead for the first time in this match. Now, Jack Whelan, ladies and gentlemen, let me just remind you, he was a runner-up in the Heyball World Championship in 2024. I believe that Liu Shen won the Heyball Championship in 2024, and Clint Ianson is actually the defending champion in the Champion of Champions in this tournament. So yeah, we know once again that Jack Whelan has had a good year. We see Mo Keen Hoon make a play for the black here. A good hit. Hasn't left anything too easy for Jack Whelan. Jack Whelan will have to cue over that blue should he decide to play on this side of the table. Difficult to see from the view that we had now whether he has a direct line to any of the balls up table. Yeah, looks like he does. Looks like he does. Looks like he can play the blue to the corner pocket upright. Oh, he's actually gone for the snooker. Yeah, sorry. Actually, when he was standing in front of the table, didn't see where the black was. And yeah, snooker was the right play there. Of course it was. It's Jack Whelan. Ooh, that was close. That was close. Mo Keen Hoon with a jump shot trying to avoid giving away a ball in hand to Jack Whelan, but just fell short. Looks like Jack Whelan can't go for it here, and he was checking out the line to the black if he takes on this shot. And I mean, if those blue pots, he could certainly go for gold, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do now. He'll go for gold in terms of this frame. As we've mentioned before, there's been a lot of great feedback coming in from the players about the Unity set. That is the official Heyball ball set for WPA developed by Dynasphere. But as viewers of the game, super supporters, if you will, love to know as viewers, what is your impression of this new Unity set? Yeah, elementary finish here for Jack Whelan. He's done really well in the finishing department. And I think we've more often than not have seen Mo Keen Hoon usually in control in the beginning of a frame. But when he does make a mistake, Jack Whelan punishes, and here he is looking set to take the lead for the first time in this match. And he does it. Jack Whelan 5-4 up in this race to 7. Finish line now approaching steadily for both these players. It's only a race to 7. Jack Whelan from Great Britain leading 5-4. And he was on the back foot for a little bit in this match, with Mo Keen Hoon having a 2-point lead. He's made a ball on the break. Yeah, I think it's pink. He's made a pink on the break, and but he's forced to go blue considering where the cue ball is. Not a good place for the cue ball to end coming off that shot. Jack Whelan doesn't have the potting angle. Sorry, Mo Keen Hoon doesn't have a potting angle on the on the pink up table, the corner pocket. That would have been a nice connector for him. But he does have the pink here to the corner pocket on our side of the table. But he's playing to develop the other two. He hasn't left anything too easy for Jack. Jack might be able to play. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And that's ball in hand for Mo Kin Hoo. Oh, he's gutted with that. He is not happy with that at all. It's the pink and blue on our side of the table with the black ball that needs some development here. And I think both these players a little bit tentative now. Tactical move there from Jack Whelan. He's not going just yet. You suddenly see both these players activate their tactical game when they need to. Both quite adept to it as well. Is that a foul? Was that a foul? No, I don't think so. Jack Whelan looking for an angle to develop that little cluster there that presents a problem for both players. So, and the only time they can actually go for it is when they're going for game. Otherwise, they're just doing a favor for the other. My, has he gotten the angle that he wants? You see the two pinks at the corner pocket on our side of the table as well presents a little bit of a problem as well for him. Because if blue tracks towards that side, it's still going to be something for him, a problem for him to solve. So Jack Whelan more than likely making a play here for this. Oh, that worked out. That worked out okay, I guess. However, if he doesn't make a pot here, he at least needs to take control of the corner pocket on the left side, our left side of the table. I would think he'd want to play the blue that he developed now to get to that point. So close, but he still looks good. I mean, a lot of work on the table for Mo Kin Hoon if you look at the way pinks are laying. Yeah, Mo kind of forced to play up table now. And as suspected, yeah, it doesn't look like he intended for that outcome. It looked like he was potting. He was going for the pot there, but he also hasn't left anything too easy for Jack, and potentially Jack could play the blue through the gap between the two pinks. But I think he'd do well not to disturb those pinks that are on the cushion, because it's also a little bit of a safety net for him at this point. Might even opt to play a pink closer to the cushion. Use the blue to play the pink. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, the problem with that though is that Mo could use that pink now to take that pocket. And there's 27 minutes, just over 27 minutes left on the clock. Oh, that's a decent shot there from Mo. And just like that, the power in the frame has shifted. Jack with little option but to sneak this blue now. That's all right. I think that's an okay outcome. But I suspect that Mo is going to once again use the rules to his advantage. And with that shot, he hasn't left Jack Whelan with much. All Jack can potentially do is at least try to leave the blue as close to the cushion on the right side of the left side of the table to obstruct the pink to that corner pocket. He's also looking, oh, I don't think he can see the blue. He might be snookered. Or he might not have the potting angle to the corner pocket. Jack Whelan, what we saw now is that he's looking for that indirect path to the opposite corner pocket. He couldn't see it. He just can't see the blue. Considering that Mo Kin Hoon has control of the two corner pockets on the right side of the table, the situation on that cushion ball looks a lot better for him at this point. And I think we're more than likely to see a clearance from him here. As suspected, Mo Kin Hoon to play the cushion ball up table. I think with the position he currently has, he should come in nicely to the potting angle for his last remaining pink here. My, oh my. You know, you always have to admire the use of cushions with the snooker players. And once again, Mo Kin Hoon with quite an impressive snooker background behind him has taken so well to the game of Heyball over the last couple of years. we see Mo Kin Hoon as well regrouping himself before he takes a black, and I believe almost every time he's taken a black, he's asked the ref to clean the white ball, and it's a good opportunity for players to use if you're so lucky to have a ref at your table when you're playing. And he does it. Mo Kin Hoon equalizes now in this race to 7, scores tied 5-5. Let's see what's happening on the other side. Remember, all quarterfinal matches are currently underway as we enjoy Jack Whelan and Mo Kin Hoon. Oh my! Wow! What a comeback there. Lucian won the match against Noel Rodriguez 7-3. Remember, Noel Rodriguez from Brazil had a lead on Lucian earlier in that match, but Lucian just ran away, and quite quickly it seems. Last time we checked, the score was 3-2, and now Lucian is through to the semifinals. Sorry, the last 8, the quarterfinals. 7-3. Then we've got Jao Grillo and Aaron Van Carpenoli tied at 5-5 as well. Yuma Dorma now 5-4 up on Huang Heng Chan. Stephen Ellis, wow, what a convincing win from there. 7-1 through to the quarterfinals, beating his opponent, Cale Barre from Australia. Arfan Dad and Clint Jensen still at it. That match has been tight from the get-go. Arfan Dad now 5-4 up on Clint Jensen. South Africa's Jason Thuran 5-2 up on Garcia Pierre Francesco. So yeah, things are heating up on the other side as all those matches are now in the business end, except for Stephen Ellis, I believe, and Lucian, who are already through to the next round. Back to the TV table. We've also seen with this match it go head to head from the beginning, with Mo Kin Hoon having a 2-point lead at one point. But Stephen Ellis closing the gap and eventually taking the lead in the match. And the last frame saw Mo Kin Hoon equalize. Yeah, I'm really surprised with how quickly Liu Shen took out Noel Rodriguez. I actually thought he might manage to overcome Liu Shen and end up in the quarterfinals. But that's not how the cookie crumbled. And Liu Shen, multiple title winner from the last season, is through to the quarterfinals and also a hot favorite in this tournament. Good morning, everybody. If you've just joined us, and I know people are watching from all over the world, I see a lot of South Africans, some super supporters on the stream. Alexia, Michelle, Julius, Sam Zhang from Australia, Trish Naidu. Good morning to all of you. And once again, on behalf of the players, thank you for supporting them from wherever you are in the world. I know for some of you, it's really, really late at night or really early in the morning. It's just gone past 11 o'clock here in Australia, Brisbane, Australia, 20 past 11. And yeah, some really great matches to look forward to as we approach the quarterfinals later today. The last 16 match for the women coming up at 12:30 Australian time and 4:30 a.m. Central African time. Vidya Pillai from India, who is the current Commonwealth billiards champion for Heyball, up against America's April Larson, who is quite well known for her exploits in the American pool scenes. However, April Larson has been coming in hot as well in Heyball over the last year. So I'm also really looking forward to having them on the TV table come 12:30 Australian time. And I really hope that you guys will be joining me as well to enjoy their matches. We've had some high quality matches from the women's division yesterday and the day before. So, yeah, really great to see the standard here. Mo Kin Hoon with a tactical shot. And as we've seen earlier in this match as well, these players, they are not afraid to activate that tactical side, that B game when they have to. Both players quite adept to it as well. And here, Jack Whelan, that's a good shot. That is certainly a good shot from him. Mo Kin Hoon with raised eyebrows up at the table and some deep, deep searching required from him to get out of this conundrum. Is he going to play the blue down to the corner pocket? I don't know how much of an advantage that will serve him. Oh, he didn't want to pot. He didn't want to pot. He just wanted to obstruct Jack Whelan's view. And unfortunately for him, that ball potted and now things look great for Jack Whelan. More than likely now for Jack Whelan to be the first player in this match on the hill in this race to 7. Little bit of navigation required here for Jack Whelan with the situation at the corner pocket. He wouldn't want, he needs to leave himself well enough, with well enough an angle so that that blue that's laying close to the pink, it doesn't obstruct the line that he wants to take to come into the potting angle of the black. Either way, Jack Whelan could use either of these pinks to get position, and he's on the black, and he looks like he's opting to take the one up table first and use the pocket ball for position on the black. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, the next match on the TV table, April Larson from the USA up against Vidya Pillai from India. And they're coming up at 12:30 Australian time. And you can just check out the Facebook pages, because once this round of 16 is done in the men's division, the TV table match for the last 8 will be determined. Jack Whelan on the 8 for the hill. And he does it. Beautiful, beautiful stuff from Jack Whelan. Quite a great showing from him. And he's got to be happy with that. All the pressure now on Mo Kin Hoo. Once again, the Super Tour in China is also underway currently, as well as some action from the American Pool International Tournaments. You can catch all of that on WPALive.tv. That's the website for your streaming pleasure. So go ahead and create a profile for yourself there, and you'll get those updates for when they're live, and multiple tables available for viewing on that platform, WPALive.tv. Powered by 4Sense, the brains behind WPALive.tv. The ref once again taking extra care to ensure that all the object balls are maximally in contact, as we know that produces a better break. Jack Whelan just checking the contact points. And I mean, he's got to do that now. He's got to do that now because it's so important. And both of them are in equally good form. So Jack Whelan cannot even cannot even afford to break dry here if he wants to use the advantage, the match advantage that he has now being on the hill. Oh, that unity set does look beautiful. It looks beautiful. And I, for one, am looking forward to playing with them eventually. Once again, the players seem to love them. They're saying that it's easier to see the pattern after the break because they are solid colors. Easier on the brain, I guess. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Did he make a ball? I don't think he did. I don't think Jack Whelan's made a ball after all that. And the blues look good. The pinks look not too shabby either. Mo Keen Hoon with a chance to equalize. He's taken on blue. Blue in play, and he scratches his head as he walks away to get his chalk, I believe. Mo Keen Hoon not happy with what happened off that shot, but it is what it is. And he certainly is a player that can recover from that. Looks like that blue outside the middle pocket is on the other half of the table. Just over 10 minutes remaining on the clock here now. More than enough time for this match to reach full fruition, meaning that 7 points, one of them might get to 7 points. However, if Mo Keen Hoon does equalize now and that 7th point is not attained, the match will go into penalties, and it will be the first time that there's a penalty shootout on the TV table in this tournament thus far. Mo Keen Hoon handing the table back to Jack Whelan here. Jack Whelan, not an easy table for him. I don't think he has a direct. He might have a play on the center pocket. Difficult to see from this view. Looks like he has a putt available. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He could play the pink between the two blues as well to the center pocket. Yeah, Jack Whelan could play that pink to the center pocket first. That's between the two blues. Then the pink to the corner pocket, the other pink closest to the corner pocket to get shape up table. So yeah, a lot of options for him here. And I think with the pinks laying the way they are, he's got some options. It's just the pink here on this side of the table that's close to the center pocket presents a little bit of a problem for him. So will be interesting to see how he manufactures this finish should he choose to go for it now. Jack Whelan taking his time, giving each shot the respect that it deserves. I mean, so close to the finish line. And he knows just one mistake, just 1 millimeter off, and Mo Kin Hoon will punish him. So, yeah, big moment for Jack here on the hill now, just a point away, just a few pots away, 5 to be exact, to secure his spot in the quarterfinals, coming up at 3 p.m. Australian time today in the men's division. I wonder if Jack might set himself up for a bank shot on that pink, on the problem pink. Big moment here for Jack Whelan in this match. And the blues are all open. So Jack knows Mo Kin Hoo comes back to this table, decider loading. Okay. Oh, I didn't see that. But Jack certainly did. That pocket now up table, little bit bigger with the blue just outside it. Jack Whelan, wow. Wow. Yeah, I didn't see that. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's not going to be happy with that. And I mean, he could have potentially played it off the blue as well. Maybe he was intending to do that and they didn't strike the ball quite right. But Jack Whelan was also looking so confident at that point. Highly possible that he wanted to play that pink clean through to the corner pocket. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That has got to hurt. And I'm sure Mo Kin, who could not believe his luck when that pink was not made and just over 4 minutes remaining on the clock. Should Mo Kin Hoo manage to equalize now, I think we're more than likely going to see the penalty shootout in this match. Good morning and good evening. Good night to some of you that's joining us from parts of the world where it's still very late at night. Thank you for joining us. And we're at the business end of this match on the TV table coming up at 12:30 Australian time, 4:30 a.m. Central African time. video play from India up against April Lawson in the women's last 16 match. As we see Mo Keen Hoon doing the most with the opportunity he was gifted. It just really looked like for a minute there that this match was over. Jack Whelan looked in such good form, played that clearance so well. And unfortunately for him, the last pink didn't fall. Mo Keen Hoon, good shape on the 8. And with that, he's forced a decider. Nicely done there by Mo Keen, who just a few minutes left on the clock now, might be over 3 minutes. And once again, I think we're more than likely going to see a penalty shootout in this match. Mo Keen Hoon taking Jack Whelan's hand. They both know this is the decider. May the best player on this frame proceed to the quarterfinals in the men's division at the 2025 Heyball Champion of Champions. But of course, with that said about the penalty shootout, Mo Keen Hoon will try to go for gold here because penalty shootout, little bit of up in the air, you know. You can't really predict who's going to be victorious in a penalty shootout. Just on that session, at that moment, who's striking those penalties right? Does he make a ball? Does he make a ball? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. And here comes Jack Whelan. Jack Whelan could make a play for it here, but he doesn't have any obvious spot available to him. With just 2 minutes, oof, that was nice. That was really nice. Jack Whelan now securing pink. Some speed pull required here. My, oh my, my, oh my. Things certainly look like it's shaping up with just over a minute remaining on the clock in this match. Jack Whelan going for it. You just got a pot from gut here in the situation. Can't even think too much. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is there enough time? Is there enough time? No, there isn't. No, there isn't. Penalty shootout loading, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's really nice to see the good sportsmanship between these players, hey? And I guess they would have, connected over the years in the various championships that both of them would have frequented. So, and I think, Mo Keen Hoon from Malaysia, better known for his exploits on the snooker scenes, pretty well-known player in those international circles. Um, so, yeah, the players will lag now and just have to confirm what the rule is on the penalties. Usually it's 5 turns each. And then if they are tied on penalty shootout, after 5 turns each, it'll go into sudden death. So the players looks like they're taking a little bit of an intermission to regroup for the penalty shootout. So confirmation, it will be 5 turns each. And if they are tied after 5 turns each on the penalties, it's sudden death. As we see them lag, Jack Whelan wins the lag for the penalty shootout, and some may argue that that is an advantage as far as penalties are concerned, to win the lag and to set the tone for the penalties. As you can see, the penalty spot has been moved in the last year. It used to be much further down the table. The point that's closest to us as marked on the table, that used to be the previous penalty shot spot, which was a lot more difficult. But still, nonetheless, even with that change, it's still not a easy shot to make. But Jack Whelan making it look easy. He's first on the scoreboard. Once again, 5 turns each. If the players are tied, it'll go into sudden death. Just so you know, some of you might remember at the Grandmasters finals, the last Grandmasters finals, 2 players went at it. I mean, it was a female player and a male player. The final score on that penalty shootout was 30-29. 30-29. That's how much in form both those players were at the last Grandmasters finals. And I do believe that was a record in Heyball. Jack Whelan, I think he's doing well to hide his happiness with his showing so far in this penalty shootout. Now 2-0 up on Mo Kin Hoo. And Mo Kin Hoon on the scoreboard now. Jack Whelan with the advantage thus far. My, oh my. My, oh my. Jack Whelan, certainly impressive. Certainly impressive. What a potter. What a potter. Mo Kin Hoon still trailing. 3-2. Jack Whelan has been spot on as far as the penalties are concerned. And once again, I think that was the first time he even touched the cushion, taking the penalties. That beautiful stuff from Jack Whelan. Beautiful stuff from Jack Whelan. And he knows now. He knows. It's just, if Mo doesn't make the shot, he's done it. Jack Whelan has done it. And you know what? I got to say, well deserved. Well deserved, Victor. It certainly looked in that last frame like Jack Whelan was going to win it. We'd remember that pink that he missed to the corner pocket after an amazing clearance and setting himself up for that shot. And I mean, you got to give Mo Kin Hoon his flowers as well. Great finish from him to force a decider and then eventually the penalty shootout. So Jack Whelan through to the last 16. Ladies and gentlemen, 12:30 Australian time. Vidya Pillai from Pillai goes up again from India, goes up against April Larson from America. I'm Len Yukta Chetty. I'm standing in for Raymond Thalak here in Brisbane, Australia at the 2025 Heyball Champion of Champions. I'll catch you in a little bit. Bye.
Across the globe, in every pocket of the world, under neon lights, inside bustling pool halls, and in quiet corners where dreams are born, a cue is drawn, a break is made, and something greater than the game unfolds. This is more than sport. This is connection, a universal rhythm, a shared language of geometry, grace, and grit. And at the center of it all, there stands a cue, a symbol of skill, spirit, and unity. The World Pool Association, WPA, is not just the steward of the game. It is the heartbeat of a global movement. We are the bridge between generations, the voice of players and fans, and the stage for champions from every continent. We preserve the integrity of the game. We elevate the passion of the people. We shape the future of a sport without borders. One cue, one world, one future. With every tournament broadcast, every updated rule, every young player stepping to the table for the first time, we shape the path ahead. We don't just look at where the game has been. We ask where it can go, who it can reach, what it can mean. From the legends who inspire us to the fans who fuel us, from grassroots matches to global stages, this is our future, a future we build together. The World Pool Association, WPA, is proud to announce the launch of its visionary initiative, One Cue, One World, One Future. This global movement marks a bold new era for the sport, in partnership with our broadcast and technology partner, 4Sense Technologies. At the heart of this evolution is the debut of WPA Live.tv, the sport's premier digital broadcast channel. Kicking off in July with live coverage from the Commonwealth Billiard Championship in Mauritius, WPA Live.tv will deliver world-class action first for future tournaments and games, powered by cutting-edge technology and integrated AI. But this is only the beginning. We are launching the world's first professional fan-based app, connecting over 750 million global fans with the players, the game, and exclusive AI-driven content like never before. Recognizing the importance of growing the sport from the grassroots, WPA will also launch a new global youth initiative later this year, the QE Game app and dedicated channel. Designed to educate, inspire, and engage, this initiative will live within WPA's new web platform, featuring live results, rankings, and player progress from every WPA event worldwide. Because this is more than sport, this is unity in motion. In every hand that grips a cue, there's purpose. In every break, there's potential. And in every corner of the world, this game reminds us, we are all part of something bigger. Because in the hands of many, with hearts united by one passion, the cue doesn't just point to the ball, it points to tomorrow.
where'd you go? Sat beside me on the edge of hope. Saw the light and with a deeper breath turned to face me, then you said, I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel alive. Before I go, before I go, before I go, before I Don't you ever wonder where the day might lead? Maybe we could find the place sometime. I'll shine on like a light until the sun finds me, and you'll be mine. So I gotta bring you close, I gotta let you know we're gonna lose ourselves. So I keep lighting the way, you know it, until the feeling comes. Let your heart beat on, just like a beating drum. We'll hit like a beating drum. And if you want it, then just say. If you want it, just say. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel alive. Before I go, before I go, before I go. Where'd you go? Sat beside me on the edge of hope. Saw the light and with a deeper breath turned to face me, then you said, I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel Don't you ever wonder where the day might lead? Maybe we could find the place sometime. I'll shine on like a light until the sun finds me, and you'll be mine. So I gotta bring you close, I gotta let you know we're gonna lose ourselves. So I keep lighting the way, you know it, until the feeling comes. Let your heart beat on, just like a beating drum. We'll hit like a beating drum. And if you want it, then just say. If you want it, just say. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel go. Sat beside me on the edge of hope. Saw the light and with a deeper breath turned to face me, then you said, I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel before I go. Don't you ever wonder where the day might lead? Maybe we could find the place sometime. I'll shine on like a light until the sun finds me, and you'll be mine. So I gotta bring you close, I gotta let you know we're gonna lose ourselves. So I keep lighting the way, you know it, until the feeling comes. Let your heart beat on, just like a beating drum. We'll hit like a beating drum. And if you want it, then just say. If you want it, just say. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel alive. I wanna feel before I go. Before I go.
Hello, hello, hello. You're watching the 2025 WPA Champion of Champions on the TV table. Vidya Vishwanathan Pillai, who's 47 years old and from India, and April Larson, the 25-year-old from the United States of America. This is the last 16 in the women's division, and quite a lot of interesting matchups currently underway. We'll bring you some highlights from that in just a sec. Matches also currently underway in the women's last 16. Shi Tianqi up against Rebecca Kenna, that's Shi Tianqi from China, defending champion, up against Rebecca Kenna from the UK. We've also got Wendy Jans up against Elise Q. Ho Yan Chen up against Veronica Halliday. Diana Kujeva up against Nina Tarvant. Nina Tarvant also 1-0 up there on Diana Kujeva. All these matches have just kicked off around 12:30 Australian time, and on the TV table, Vidya Pillai 1-0 up on April Larson from the USA. Narantuya 1-0 up on Warathanan Sukratanas from Thailand. So a lot of amazing matches currently underway in the women's division as well. Marina Jacobs from South Africa also up against Shireen Valerie from Switzerland. And Katarzyna Wislauska up against Sarah Rocha. Katarzyna now leads 1-0 in that match. Good morning to all of you who've joined us on YouTube, Facebook, and of course, WPALive.tv for streams on the various tables that are available for your viewing pleasure. And not only this tournament, but also the Super Tour currently underway in China for Heyball, brought to you by Joy Billiards. You can check out WPALive.tv to see which tables are available for you to enjoy. Remember to hit the share button, ladies and gentlemen. We're on day 3 here in Brisbane, Australia, at the Champion of Champions, and there is some awesome matches coming up. We're down to the last 8 in the men's division, and on the TV table coming up at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Australian time, 9 a.m. Central African time. Jason Thuron from South Africa up against defending champion Clint Ianson. from the UK. So that's coming up at 12 o'clock, 3 p.m. Australian time and 7 a.m. Central African time. Other matches, other players that have qualified for the round of 8 in the men's division include Jordan Shepherd, who will be going up against Jack Whelan, who we just had on the TV table. Stephen Ellis up against Yuma Dorma, and Jao Grillo up against Liu Shin. So all cracker matches coming up in the men's division, final 8, kicking off at 3 p.m. Australian time. A 25 years old from the USA is also the current American 10 ball champion. So she's had a good year, April Larson. And if you've been following the From China with Love events over the last season, you would have seen that April Larson has been frequenting the Heyball scene, attending all those Heyball events. And as a result, she's currently ranked number 3 in the world for Heyball as far as WPA rankings are concerned. April Larson now on the table is a professional pool player. That's what she does. That is what she does. She's living the dream. April Larson. And she's got a lot of sponsors backing her as well. As far as Heyball is concerned, though, April Larson has just been playing for over a year. But her experience on the American pool circuits has served her well. That is why she is currently ranked relatively high as far as WPA rankings are concerned in the field of all the women that attend these events. Cue ball really close to the cushion there as Vidya Pillay tries to make the pink up table. And with that shot, the obvious shot that she's left, April Larson is the straight pot up to the corner right pocket. But April Larson is looking at developing the blue on the cushion currently. Looks like she's going for the bank. A little bit too wide there. A little bit of a tentative start here for April Larson. Awesome to see the support for the players on the stream. It's a good putt there from Vidya shouldn't have much choice but to go for it. Cue ball now quite a distance away from the pink, almost like a penalty shot she'll have to execute if she goes for the cut to either of the corner pockets. Should she take on the cut, though, the white ball will track to back down to the side of the table, leaving her with decent shape on the 8 if she makes the pot. Look at that. Look at that. And, that's the use of cushions there. Look at her opening up the 8 ball as well. Narrowly missed the pot on the pink, mind you. Opening up the 8 ball on the same shot. Vidya Pillay coming in hot with her snooker experience, making use of the cushions there. So these games and other games available for your viewing pleasure on WPALive.tv as well as YouTube on the WHT, that's World Heyball Tour page on YouTube channel, and of course the WHT World Heyball Tour page on Facebook. So lots of avenues for you to watch, and wherever you're watching, I hope you press that share button. Let the world know that these matches are underway. Let the world see some of our finest skiers in action. That's a good shot from April Larson, taking control of that pocket, not leaving much as well for video play. Wonder if Vidya will attempt. Difficult to see from this angle what she's dealing with there. Yeah, I was considering whether she was gonna try and play that pink somewhat into that pocket region, and not a bad shot there from Vidya. I mean, there wasn't really much that she could do in that situation, and we suspect that April will once again try to close up that pocket and obstruct the path of the pink. Also some good work there with the cue ball from April. Once again, not leaving much for Vidya. So April doing quite well to keep Vidya at bay and away from that second point. Oh my. and just misjudged the potting angle there, or maybe it's not so much a misjudgment of the potting angle, more just execution there from April Lawson. But remember, she had quite a difficult cue ball, quite close to the cushion, close to the 8. So I think doing the best that she can with that last opportunity that she had at the table. Been quite a slow start here in this match, this quarterfinal match between Vidya Pillai from India and April Lawson from the USA.